In this tutorial, I'm going to go through and show you how to set up a Windows 10 computer, such as one that you would purchase in a store or if you've had your operating system reinstalled. So this is from ground zero. I have already muted Cortana because I do not like Cortana and she is not necessary for using a computer. So what we're going to do is we're going to start going through and do the main setup of the computer. So region United States, yes. And you may be wondering why the video has this little window here at the top. So what I'm doing is I'm running Windows 10 in what's called a virtual machine. And a virtual machine is essentially just allocating system resources from the main computer and creating a pretend computer, you could call it. The reason I'm doing this is it's easier for me to record a video on the how-tos of Windows 10, and if anything were to happen to this virtual machine computer, I can just delete it and start over. So that just makes it easier for myself, and it allows me to show you the ins and outs of Windows 10. So I don't need to set up another keyboard, so we'll just go yes, skip, and we'll get on to the basics of Windows 10. There are many options when you're installing Windows or when you're setting your computer up for the first time. The dreaded, I have some important updates to do. This comes up literally anytime you start up a new computer and you connect it to the internet. Cortana, the AI, will essentially go through and find all the updates. Now this is nice for the sheer fact of you don't have to go into the settings, select Windows Update, and then select Update, and then wait, and then go through and just, it's a hassle, it's annoying, and this can sometimes be a benefit. So this is going to take a minute, so I will skip ahead to when we have gotten to the next menu. Select Windows Update, and then select Update, and then wait, and then go through and just, it's a hassle, it's annoying, and this can sometimes be a benefit. So this is going to take a minute, so I will skip ahead to when we have gotten to the next menu. Alright, so now what I'm going to do is, I have not set up this computer yet with a product key. I do have a license key, and I will activate Windows on this virtual machine. But as for now, I'm going to go through and just set it up normally. So there will be an updating video, I guess, where I will go through, show you how to update stuff, and as well as how to change the settings if you have internet, such as a mobile hotspot where you have very limited data, or let's just say you don't want to download the updates very frequently. So I will go through that as well at some point. Now with this, generally there's a couple ways that you can set up a user account on a computer. There's going to be the Microsoft email way, which you can use an account such as at outlook.com, at live.com, at hotmail.com, so on, so forth. Or, like some people have, you will have a Gmail account that you registered with Microsoft to just be able to use all the Microsoft products and use essentially your Gmail account as a Microsoft account. If that is confusing to you, then there are some steps and I can show you how to do that as well. It's not a requirement really at all. It's generally used for getting diagnostic information and sending you Windows updates and blah blah blah. So this is the main page I was talking about. So what you can do is you can set up your account using your email address through Microsoft. You can create an account through Microsoft, or you can do what we're going to do. We're going to use an offline account. So what an offline account is it's going to be an account that is just there offline. So this little message will come up saying, oh, sign in with Microsoft instead. You can complete your Windows setup by signing into Microsoft and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, whatever. Doesn't really matter. So if I have Office that I'm going to run, awesome. I'll sign into Office. If I want to download specific items from the Microsoft Store, cool. I'll sign in later. But I don't really want to get a bunch of emails saying, oh, here's an update for Microsoft. Like, I don't care. So I am dumb. So I just hit yes when I meant to hit no. So let's try that again. Offline account. Please go faster. There we go. This time, select no, because we do not want to sign in with a regular account. So what we're going to do is, I'm just going to name this computer user. I do that a lot when I'm working on people's computers. If it's a new computer, either I'll set up the computer using their name, their email if they really want it, but a general way to go about setting up a computer, especially if you don't want to have to sign in with a password, is you would put your name in this box here, or however you wanted it to be signed in, go next. Now it seems like, oh dang, I do have to put in a password. Nope. Microsoft will not require you to do that. Offline accounts do not tie to any services online with Microsoft. So that's a plus, I guess. Oh, Cortana. So here's the thing. Cortana is a good idea for those people who may not have the mobility of others. So what I've noticed is a lot of programs that are really popular nowadays are dragging speech-to-text software or whatever it is, which allows you to use a headset to type on the computer. There's a lot of infomercials on it and stuff like that. It's actually really good for people who don't have very good use of their hands. Maybe the keyboard is just too small and they don't want to deal with it. Or maybe they're just going to be typing a lot and they just don't want to have to type that much. It's really good software. As well as Cortana is there to answer questions or go through and pull up different thingamabobs in the whatchamahoozers. I don't need her, so I'm going to decline. And if you want a video where I go through and deal with Cortana, then let me know. This is new. Yeah, I'm good. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to... Aha, this is the window I was waiting for. So, right here is a bunch of settings that if you're going to be connected to the internet and you're going to be using this computer, say, like, a lot to where you're downloading programs all the time. You're going through and wanting to, see, maybe you download a lot of apps for your business, or you have a lot of stuff that you're needing to use from the Windows, Microsoft Store, or whatever it's called, then a lot of these will be good. Find my device? Nope, don't need it. Inking and typing? Nope, don't need it. So what this is, inking and typing, for touchscreen laptops and desktops, there's this inking feature which allows you to use a smart pen and essentially draw on the computer using the inking settings. I do not have that, so I'm not going to use it. I also definitely don't need any advertising, because that's annoying. Tailored experience would be sending out data from your computer, such as crashes, blue screens, app failures, and even just basic usage on what you do online. That's a no from me, Captain. I also definitely don't need to send out data and location. I generally leave this on. If you are really worried about it, you can certainly turn that off, and it's not going to do anything. Also, online speech, which I could have started out with, not a big deal because I'm not using Cortana. So, I'm going to turn that all off, and then I'm going to accept. Now, here will come the amazingly fun time. And what it's going to be is once all these settings are saved and Microsoft Windows starts loading. Yeah, that's right here. So, what it is this is where they start doing the minimal updates. This is going to be items such as updates that weren't out right when this version of Windows was released. This can be a later version. Like some laptops and desktops that you'll get from a store have been sitting in their lockup for a while. So they can be very outdated. The most out-to-date I've seen is about 1.5 years. So it generally at that point they require a lot of updates. Now, I'm using one of the more updated Windows version that I had on a flash drive. So this shouldn't be too bad. But I'll end it here, and when we get to the desktop, I will create a new video with my Microsoft activated, and we can go from there. So thanks for watching. If you have any suggestions, let me know.